All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you, and fuck you. Welcome to Hangar 18, episode number 25. And who'd ever thought we'd have made it to number 25? Our whole two fan base must be proud of us.
It's like a quarter of a century.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. Except
Yeah.
like more like half a
You
year.
know, right.
Sorry, I'm just finishing up this chicken, my last of my chicken biscuits. And I don't know if you've ever tasted those, but they're pretty goddamn amazing crackers. So if you haven't, go give them a try. They're really, really good.
Good stuff.
With me, as always, is the Spock to my Kirk, the southern baritone at the bottom of Mimel, Dreadwind.
I have no chicken biscuits today.
Yeah, and he's not going to be with us
sad.
next week either.
No.
No, it's just going to be me and James will be next week. So you guys won't have his low voices to drop any panties for you. So I'm sorry to say that.
You do without.
Yeah. Have to do without the baritone, right? So yeah. First thing we're going to do, as we always do, is talk about a little bit of heavy metal news. And hopefully Dreadwind didn't have the same idea as I did.
I'm hoping you didn't steal mine.
But and by steal his, he means he fucking stole mine. Anyway, I don't know if you know this or not, but a little while back, Tom Araya kind of trolled people on his, I think it was his Facebook page or his Twitter account or his Instagram account, I forget which. But he put up a picture of the band's classic lineup, and it was doctored, and it had Trump in it.
Right.
It came with a caption that says, "Like him or not, he is the president." And people flipped the fuck out over it. Like, people went and like burned Slayer CDs and burned Slayer shirts and like just like they just like way overreacted to something that was, in my opinion, pretty obviously trolling. I mean, Slayer's never been like, hey, we're pro this candidate or even like pro this political ideology, right? I mean, they're just not a political band. If you want a political band, you talk about like Tool or something. They're pretty political, but not Slayer.
Rage Against the Machine. God.
Right. They're way political, but not Slayer. But anyway, the news is Lamb of God hit frontman Randy Blythe, who is fucking awesome and is on tour with Slayer currently in Behemoth, which that'd be a great show. I don't know if I can. I'm not like a huge Behemoth fan, but I definitely love the other two. But he basically just like he was doing an interview for Rolling Stone, which I don't even know why anybody would bother doing an interview with Rolling Stone, but he basically just laughed it off. And this is the best quote ever. He goes, "Have you ever thought maybe he was just being an asshole?" The actual thing is what he says. He goes, wait, God damn it. Slayer has never endorsed any political party or any candidate in the band. It tends to keep it that way. The band tells Rolling Stone. I have to look at it that way. People got really mad when I think Tom Araya posted some picture of Slayer with Trump and said, "Make America Great Again." People went ape shit. They're like burning their Slayer records and stuff. And it's like, don't you people think for just a second maybe he was just being an asshole, like trying to get your goat? I mean, come on. The fuck? So yeah, that's my heavy metal news. Randy Blythe weighing in on Tom Araya trolling people with the president Trump. That's my heavy metal news. Dreadwind, what do you have for us? Hey, we got 2 fucking viewers.
All right.
Might be a new record.
Do you have speakers on? Because I just
heard. Am I too loud now?
I can hear myself in the echo.
Okay, my bad. Okay, what about now?
Let me see. Can I hear it? Just a little bit.
Let me go grab my headphones. Go ahead with your news.
Okay, I'll go with my news. So, in my news, be on the lookout. Well, possibly be on the lookout if you've might not have heard of this yet. A new sort of supergroup is in the works. It's actually been in the works for a few years now, and they've been kind of slow to get things going. But a new project called Devil's Highway, and check out this lineup featuring Kyle Thomas on vocals from Exhorder, Ralph Santola on guitar, who you may know him from bands such as Deicide, Obituary, Iced Earth, Matt Brunson on guitar, who's currently in Crowbar, Tony Loreno, drummer from Dimmu Borgir and Nile, and Steve DiGiorgio on bass, who has been in bands such as Testament, Iced Earth, and Death. So,
God damn.
Yeah, those guys are putting together a band, and again, this has apparently been in the works for a couple of years now, but they're actually doing recording like right now.
I
At
just have
least
one.
some of the
I just
guitar
have one
tracks.
question. Are there any bands that members of that band have not been in?
Uh-huh.
Man,
That's a good question.
it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it.
But yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be an awesome group if they can ever get the stuff finished. Because like I said, the earliest thing I saw was they were supposed to start some work on it like back in 2014, and they're just now getting around to doing some recording in New Orleans right now. But considering all the bands that all these guys have been in, I'm sure it's difficult to coordinate schedules,
Right.
and everything. But it's definitely in the works, and they're definitely in the studio doing some work. At least some of them are in the studio doing some work right now. So that'll be something to look out for. Again, Devil's Highway is the name of the band. You can check them out on Facebook.
All right. Kind of like the spaghetti incident, but hopefully not as shitty.
Right.
All right. Well, those are heavy metal news. Now we're going to go into our segment where we review 10 heavy metal songs that I just chose this week because I said, fuck it, I'll just choose 10 songs. We don't have any theme. There's no kind of like special fucking super secret password. It's just 10 songs I picked.
You know, you say that, but I almost picked up like on a war theme going on here.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe like an anti-establishment war theme, maybe a little bit. I don't know. Fuck it. All right. Anyway, our first band is a band called Warbringer, who's an excellent, excellent band, and not like a super popular, well-known band, but a really, really good band. You should look them up. They were formed in 2004 in Los Angeles, California. Sorry, I got a little bit of chicken biscuit stuck in my mouth here. Anyway, this song is off of their 2011 album, Worlds Torn Asunder. Anytime you can use asunder in an album title, you've pretty much won.
Right.
The title is Living Weapon. All right. It's got a great opening effect with the drums and guitar. And like, it's got this like weird effect on the guitar. So the guitar kind of sounds like it's, I don't know, like playing through a tunnel. It's kind of got like a Doppler effect thing going for it. There's a great, it's got a great tempo change and hammering drums throughout. It deals with a living weapon theme, which, like, shockingly, the living weapon theme, the name of the song is Living Weapon, which always reminds me of Weapon 10, which is how you pronounce Weapon X. It's not Weapon X, it's Weapon 10. It's just, the Roman numeral for 10. And also, if you're familiar with Warhammer 40K, there's also the Averser Assassins, which are basically Wolverine in Warhammer 40K.
Reminded me a little bit of Predator too, with the infrared stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's got great thrashy solos, and he does a power metal scream. He does it twice. He does it once at 350, and then once right again at the end. I mean, he almost fucking. I was like, holy shit! Is this fucking Judas Priest? He's like, ah! Here's the thing: I was looking up this band, Warbringer, and they've been around for 13 years, and they've had 19 members of their band.
Wow.
That pretty much that amuses me. Like, it's weird. Like some of these bands, like, they have like a really signature sound, but they've had so many different people in their band, and it's like hard to believe that they have that much consistency. Anyway, Warbringer Living Weapon, I really liked it, and I'll admit I chose this song because I was like doing jumping jacks, and it came on to Stingray Music. I was doing jumping jacks in the bedroom. I was like, oh, fuck, I'll put this on there. So that's what I picked, and I give it a 9.5. Dread.
Good pick, because I like the song. I put like Feel the Bass line at the beginning. I thought they had a pretty cool bass line at the intro, and just a really heavy thrash riff opening. And I don't have too many notes on this one, but I could totally picture the whole time I'm listening to it. I could picture in my head, I could see the images of like a video of how you have like the drone cameras of the like all the bombing stuff from the the Gulf War they used to show.
Yeah.
You know, where they'd show the night bombs and everything. I could totally see a video of just nothing but that of, you know, planes bombing shit, you know, to the music. It would totally fit.
You know what? Planes bombing shit to the music would be a great heavy metal album title.
No kidding, huh? Planes bombing shit to the music. Volume 1. Yeah. Lullabies for your child.
Right. The deadening.
Yeah, great thrash riffs throughout the whole song. Just a great, solid, thrashy song. I didn't score it quite as high as you did, but I gave it an 8. I really liked it.
All right, an 8 from Dreadwind. That's almost like a fucking 12 for me. All right, moving on to our next band, a German thrash band, and I love German thrash metal. Its creator, you know, I can't believe I'm fucking blanking on the rest of them, but there's like the big 4 of German thrash. Formed in 1993 in Germany. This band is called Pessimist. This is from
should be the name of my band.
What's that? Yeah, it should be. Sad Sack would be a great name too. All right. 2010 album Call to War. This is called Another Day in Mania. And the opening guitars sound a lot like sad whale calls. And then I put parenthetically, I put Damage Incorporated ? Because it kind of put me to mind of Damage Incorporated a little bit.
Same thing. I did the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're listening to this, you should recognize Damage Incorporated. And like they have that part in the very beginning of Damage Incorporated, and that's what it sounded like to me a lot.
Kind of that guitar swell at the beginning, you know. Yeah.
Right. Some clean guitar, and then they smash right into you in about 53 seconds. They just blast you at 53 seconds. It's got great solos. The cover art is great. I mean, it's pretty awesome cover art. It has a great outro to it, but maybe a little bit too long on the outro, because I think the outro takes like 35 seconds, and that's I don't really like when they're that long. I mean, I like an outro to be maybe like 10 seconds long tops, but some people just milk it, and they did in this case. And this is a great old school Teutonic thrash. So I give Pessimist Another Day in Mania an 8.0.
Nice.
Yeah.
This was the instrumental, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I did the same thing you did. My first note was, you know, Metallica, the Damage Incorporated intro, and then it just kicks in heavy as fuck. That rhythm that when it finally does kick in, and I got a real strong Anthrax vibe from this song.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, really reminded me of Anthrax, and I want to say, was this the cover? Trying to remember which cover this one was. Was this the one with the guy with the sword and holding the head?
No.
Severed head?
That was Suicide Angels.
Okay, all right. So that's not the one I'm thinking of. Okay, because I think that cover art was done by a guy that did work for Slayer at some point. But that's okay. That's a different one. Yeah, but this was a cool song. I liked the change up at the end. I just thought that, like you, it was, if that was their outro, it should have been a little shorter, like you said, or they should have actually done something with it if they were going to extend it that long, you know?
Right. The cover of this one was basically like 2 zombie-looking troopers with like German World War II looking helmets, and there was like a
yeah. They had a lot of just cover albums on a lot of these, so I can't remember which one went to which one, but yeah, I liked it too. I gave it an 8.0 as well.
All right, fuck, we matched up. Broken Clock, Symbiotic, right? Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, since Dreadwind already fucking skipped ahead to the cover art of this next one here. Our next band is called Suicide Angels, and I gotta admit, like, this band, I kind of avoided them for a while because I thought, surely if their name is Suicide Angels, they're probably like these shitty ass new bands that pretend to be heavy metal. So I was like, they can't be any good. So I just ignored them entirely, just based on their name, which is probably a pretty shitty thing to do. They were formed in 2001 in Athens, Greece. And this is the title track from the 2012 album Bloodbath. And,
is this our first Greek band?
No, I think we've had one other Greek band before, although
Oh,
its name escapes me.
okay.
I think it might be called like Zeus's Underpants or something. All right. My notes are it has a sledgehammer opening riff. A sledgehammer opening riff. I mean, it just smacks you. Classical thrash style guitar work. And then it has the auctioneer style lyrical stanza that I know Dreadwind loves. It's got that Araya style singing that he does, or the
Uh-huh.
that a lot of classic thrash does, that I know Dreadwind loves. You know, because it goes hand in hand with his. But great but short solos, classical thrash lyrics, and then they do a slow down part at the end that sounds like pure evil.
Yeah.
So Suicide Angels Bloodbath, and this is just a lesson in don't judge a book by its cover, kids. I give it an 8.0.
Yeah. Speaking of cover, I believe the cover for this one. Yeah, this was a really cool song, and it started out fast. It very much reminded me of Slayer, very Slayer-esque. The whole song, really cool riffs.
Yes, that means good.
I have very Slayer-like written down like 3 times. So I really liked the change at 3:30. I thought it was awesome. It slowed down, sounded heavy and evil, like he said. And not a huge fan of the vocal style, but it wasn't bad. I'm not too far off from you. I give this one a 7.5.
All right. Moving on to our next band, a little-known thrash band. They're kind of obscure. Sepultura, formed in 1984 in Brazil, and this is from their breakthrough album, Chaos AD. Probably one of my go-to metal albums of all time.
Mm-hmm.
This song is called Propaganda, which is like, I don't know, it's like one of their staple live songs, too. I mean, it's an amazing song for an amazing band on an amazing album. It has a great, like in the beginning, they do this like screechy guitar, and then like they're hitting the cymbals over top of it, which is fucking badass. And then they fucking blast them with these lyrics. And I love these lyrics. Why don't you get a life and grow up? Why don't you realize that you fucked up? I fucking love those lyrics. And then they go on, like I forget what the next part is. Why criticize what you don't understand? Why twist my words? You're so afraid, something like that. I mean, it's just amazing lyrics. The song definitely highlights they're moving from kind of speed thrash to more of groove thrash, because like their previous albums, like Arise and Beneath the Remains stuff, they were just like a million miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, Chaos AD, the whole album's kind of slowed down a little bit from that. They have great layered solos where they have like they have like layered guitars in their solos in this song, and then there's some great tempo changes. And then there's a part where they slow down and just do a bass and a drum part, which I fucking love. And I didn't even realize this until I just listened to the song today. But at the very end of the song, like I've always heard it, but there's like, it sounds like there's like breaking glass. And I never really put 2 and 2 together, but like I'm thinking it's meant to symbolize destroying your television, because that's what gives you the propaganda, right? So, and just one other note I have here is during the recording sessions for Chaos AD, they recorded a bunch of covers. And if you have like the Blood Rooted album, you can hear some of these. They did The Hunt from New Model Army. They did Policia from Titas. They did Inhuman Nature from Final Conflict, which is a punk band. And Sepultura definitely has some punk influence. And they also did, and I don't speak Spanish, so forgive me here, Crucificados pelo Sistema from a Brazilian band, or I guess Portuguese probably, Brazilian band Ratos de Porneo, I guess. Anyway, they did 4 covers while they were recording this album, which are great for like B-sides and what do you call it, extended editions later on. But anyway, Sepultura Propaganda, I give a 9.5 because it's an amazing song, an amazing band by like very great album. So Dreadwind, Execute. Hello? Dreadwind? Uh-oh. I think Dreadwind is got his. There he goes. Now he's back.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. It's just weird that it just happened to coincide at the exact time.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead and execute. I'll be right back.
Okay, so we're on Sepultura. Chaos AD is just an amazing album, and it's got some of those more thrashy riffs. It's not speed metal like the previous albums, like Thundercracker said, but it's definitely got a little more groove to it and some thrash riffs in it. My notes are awesome drums, awesome guitars, awesome vocals, awesome lyrics. It just kicks in. I love this album. And this is one of those songs that when you listen to it, you just absolutely have to headbang to. It gets real heavy at about 2.5 minutes into it. And, you know, for me, Sepultura, we've said this before, Sepultura is one of my personal big four.
Okay.
I've always loved Sepultura, and I absolutely love this album. I give this one a 9.5.
All right. So perfectly that worked out.
Yeah, it worked out great.
Except for, you know, you answering the phone or something?
Yeah, family emergency kind of thing.
Oh, all right. That's
so,
all out this time, I guess.
Mm.
All right. Our next band is a band called Power Trip, and they're from Dallas, Texas, formed in 2008. And this is from their self-titled 2017 album, Power Trip. And the song is called Executioner's Tax. And then parenthetically, Swing of the Axe, it says. And my very first note is, holy fuck, there are some tasty, ripping riffs in this. So yeah, take that for, you know, whatever you can take it for. And it's a great crowd participation song because, you know, they have that Swing of the Axe part at the end of it.
Yep.
You know, where the crowd can say "Swing of the Axe." And I was looking around for some information on this band, and they have no Wikipedia page, which that pretty much means that they're fairly underground there. Wikipedia's got like a page for Rosie O'Donnell's fucking second chin. So I mean, come on, I mean, they got a page for everything, but not this band. I love the breakdown with the drum beat part, and that's pretty much all the notes I have for this song, Power Trip, Executioner's Tax. And I give this song a 7.0. Dread.
I like this one. It just kicks right in, you know, right off the bat, and I love the rhythm. I just put "fuck yeah, man." It's awesome. I don't have much notes on it because I was just headbanging throughout the whole song.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those songs. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you know, it's an awesome song. The only thing that I kind of knocked it for was I felt like it needed a little more of a change up during that middle bridge section. They did a short little change there, but it just wasn't quite enough of a change up because as good as the song is, it does feel like it can get a little repetitive. You know, they're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. So other than that, I really loved it. I gave it an 8.5.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Fucking kudos from Dreadman. That's fucking rare. Yeah. All right. Our next band is another pretty rare, like unheard of band that, you know, is kind of underground band called Pantera. And they were formed in 1981 in Arlington, Texas. And the song is called Slaughter, which is one of my favorite songs off the 1994 album Far Beyond Driven. And I really love this song. And my favorite part about it is like in the beginning where they have that crunchy ass opening, and then he does that. Just, I love that part. And then they do those wah wah guitars where they're wah 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 wah. I love that part too, right? And here's the thing: does Vinnie Paul have fucking 4 arms? For God's sake, he's like
it seems like it sometimes.
Nailing it on this song. The drumming is just amazing throughout the entire song. There's amazing tempo changes in the song, a lot of them actually. It's got really good lyrics, and this is, in my opinion, on some of it, his best. And even though he was probably pretty hopped up on heroin and painkillers at the time and booze, he was nailing it on this song. It's a pretty obvious indictment of religion. I mean, like the song, like pretty much is an indictment of religion, and especially like at the very end where he just says "do sin" over and over again. And a little tidbit of knowledge that you might not know. I don't know if you're familiar with the cover of Far Beyond Driven, but it's basically got a human skull. And there's like this drill thing going into the skull. It was originally supposed to be a drill going into a human anus, but they decided to change it. Anyway, Pantera Slaughtered is a perfect song in my opinion. I love it. I give it a 10.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because it's gross that you say that too. But you know, the original cover for Typo Negative's Origin of the Feces was like just a picture of Peter Steele's ass.
Oh, nice. Like
he had like bent over and spread his ass cheeks.
We should do a show one day on like alternate covers, because like even Kill 'Em All with the alternate cover, you know?
Yeah. And obviously the record company was like, yeah, no, we can't do that. It just made me think of it when you said that, though. F is awesome on this one, and the drums are just insane.
Right.
Phil's vocals are just brutal on this album, and also on the one before this one.
Vulgar Display of Power.
Vulgar Display. Yeah. Love these two albums.
Me too.
Here's the thing: there's Dime's was an awesome guitar player. Rest in peace.
Yes, sir.
But no solo on this one.
Right.
You know, they just
it's all crunch.
Just thrash through this one, man. But it's fucking Pantera. Would you rate it? Did you give it a rating?
10. I gave it 10.
10. I give it 9.5.
All right. All righty. You can tell we kind of like that one.
Yeah.
All right. The next band is Machine Head, formed in 1991 in Oakland, California, and this is their song "Bulldozer" off of 2001's Supercharger. And how can you listen to this opening of this song without not wanting to stand up and fucking thrash around or punch somebody or break somebody? It's just, the opening of this part is just fucking awesome. And I love when he does it live, because he'll say, like, for instance, for me, he go, "Columbus, Ohio, are you ready to do this?" And then he'll just fucking go into that like heavy part. It's fucking awesome. I don't know if you ever seen Machine Head live, but you have to. They're fucking great.
I have not had the pleasure of seeing them yet.
McLean's drumming is outstanding. My only one real complaint about this song is like at one point where he's doing his like vocals, like where he does like the slow down vocals with like no instruments, there's like this weird clicking noise on his vocals. And I don't really understand what that's supposed to be about. But there are many dramatic tempo changes in this song. And then they get to the one point where it's like bouncy as fuck. And like when I hear that part, I can just picture the mosh pit going fucking berserk. And then at the end, when you think they're done, they just fucking crush you at the end of it, like again. And then like at the very end of that part where they slow down, like when he's live, he just goes so fucking heavy. And I just love that part. And it's Machine Head, which is a band that I love. And even though they did kind of rap metal album, I still love them. Machine Head, Bulldozer, 9.5. Dreadway.
Nice. There's a common theme, not just on this list that we're doing today, but also in Machine Head, and that's just heavy, brutal riffs.
Yeah, right on.
You know, all of these songs, but particularly Machine Head too.
Yeah, that's the type of shit that I like, not like the high pitched like
la da da da. Yeah. Yeah, what's funny too about this one is it kicks off with the heavy brutal riffs, and then it all stops and kind of has that little like slow part, and he kind of sings soft, you know, and then they kick back into it. Machine Head always seems to have a really killer change up riffs about halfway through their song, you know, and this is no exception. And then like at 4 minutes, all I have written down is "holy shit" because that was awesome.
At the very end.
Yeah, about 4 minutes in. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, at the end, just killer, kick ass. I give this one a 9.0.
All right. The next band is fucking Slayer. And Slayer formed in 1981. Huntington Park, California. A fucking bolt of lightning just came down and hit me. I don't know if you noticed. The album is 2001, God Hates Us All. and the song is called New Faith. And this little tidbit of knowledge, but like that little opening riff part, that used to be my telephone ring or my cell phone ringtone.
Cool.
Yeah, when I worked at the factory, I used to leave my phone in my office, and I'd go out to the factory to fuck around or whatever. You know, piss everybody off up there with phone. I'd come back and like the chief engineer would be like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that screaming shit you got on your goddamn phone?" That's fucking Slayer, man. I'm doing you a favor. Anyway, New Faith. Opening riff and drums are fucking amazing. There's no way around it. And if Dreadwind says something different than that, he's wrong. I didn't even know this before, but the name God Hates Us All, apparently one of the members of Pantera, which I don't know which one, suggested that God Hates Us All as a shirt design for Slayer. And they took it and made it into an album name. Here's the thing about God Hates Us All. The release date of this could not have been on a more unfortunate date because they released it on September 11th, 2001.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, and then the fucking album is called God Hates Us All. So, yeah. Then that was pretty unfortunate turn of events there. But he does this one part where he does they stop the song and he just screams out, "I keep the Bible in a pool of blood so that none of its lies can affect me." That's I love that part. I still remember I was driving around somewhere and my brother was in the car with me, and he's kind of like a Baptist guy, and he heard that and he just gave me this horrified look, and I just laughed at it. It's so great. And I didn't know this. There's two different covers for this. There's the crosses cover with the white, and there's the defaced Bible cover. And I thought that Kerry King hated the defaced Bible cover. He says it looks like something some middle school kid would have done. And also there's Araya, he just sings for long periods in this song. There's almost no breakup of instrumental for 90 seconds at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a fan of that, and I'm a fan of Slayer, and obviously it gets points for me just for being Slayer, so I give it a 9.5. Go ahead, Drew.
Well, the guitars are absolutely awesome in this song. There's some little riff they're playing that they switch to when they're playing. I guess it's the chorus part. This song, the song structure on this one is a little weird because they don't have a dedicated verse to the chorus.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Back to verse and chorus.
That's probably why he's singing for so long in a row.
Yeah. He just kind of goes into it, and So, but anyway, for what I was calling the chorus part, because he kind of repeated it at least a couple of times, the little riff they're playing in the back behind that is just really, really awesome. The whole song is very typical, brutal Slayer. This is made for the mosh pit.
Right on.
You can see just swarms of fans, in the mosh pit with this when this song comes on. We all know I'm not a huge Slayer fan, but this is still a really cool song. I give this one an 8.5.
All right, that's wrong. Let's move on to the next one.
Come on, man, that's like a 10 for me.
It is. That is very true. All right, the next one is from another little-known thrash metal band, Metallica, formed in 1981 in San Rafael, California. This is from their 1986 album, Master of Puppets, probably the best album of all time. And the song is Disposable Heroes, which is, in my opinion, one of the hidden gems on the album, because, everybody's heard Damage Incorporated, and everybody's heard Master of Puppets and Sanitarium, but, not that many. I guess it's one of the more unpopular ones on there. Mm-hmm. Here's what I think about the song. In the very beginning, when the drums come on in the opening, it sounds to me like an opening artillery barrage. And then the guitars come in, and it sounds like tanks rolling in. And then they overlap the guitars, and it sounds like fighter planes fucking flying overhead looking for some shit to bomb. And then finally, when they kick in the main riffage, it sounds like the infantry fucking jump up out of their foxholes and do some assaulting some shit. So the whole front part to me just seems like it's made like a war movie, right? There are tempo changes galore. And the whole song, basically, it's you have no choice but to follow orders and die if necessary because you're a disposable hero.
Yeah.
And this is from Wikipedia. It's an anti-war song about a young soldier whose fate is controlled by his superiors. The song has a great breakdown. great solos, great vocals, great drumming. And there are parts of the song that are 220 BPM, which is fast as fuck. I mean, that's like 4 beats a second. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most intense tracks in the world. And I guess Kirk Hammett said that the guitar passage at the end of each verse was the sort of music he found in war films. I guess is what he said about that. But Metallica Disposable Heroes, I mean, it's from Master of Puppets, which is the album. I give it a 10. Good.
Yeah, all right. Here's my notes, okay? Amazing song, amazing lyrics, amazing guitars, amazing bass, amazing vocals, amazing drums, amazing album.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, there's not a bad song. There's not an average song on that album.
Agreed.
You know, this is
it's a masterpiece.
Absolutely killer. This is Metallica at their best. This one, like you said, this one and Leper Messiah, I think, are two of their more better, not popular songs.
Right.
If that makes sense. But yeah.
Every time I hear that, I was going to say, bow to Leper Messiah.
Yeah, that one and on this one at the end, I was born for dying.
Yeah.
Great song. I don't know what else to say. The guitars are awesome. Everything about the song is awesome. The change-ups are awesome. It's just awesome. It's I give it a 10 out of 10.
All right. Okay. Alrighty. The next band is Gwar. Formed in 1984, Richmond, Virginia. And this is from their 1992 album, America Must Be Destroyed. And the song was called Blimey. And very staccato drums in this song. And this is my favorite lyric of this entire song. They have a lyric that says, "Coffins filled with 30 needles." That's so great. It has a very strong bass guitar part, and then there's a part where he like breaks it down and he talks about the Hall of Human Hatred, where he talks about like all these historical figures that have done like super heinous shit, but are still like celebrated as like, you know, heroes. Which that's fucking win. So I give this song an 8.0, and I got to go check something. I'll be right back. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Okay. Yeah, Gwar is classic Gwar on this one. It's kind of a thrashy riff for most of the song. And that was quick. Kind of a thrashy riff for most of the song. And then there's that bass breakdown and where it changes up, and it's just absolutely killer at that change up spot.
And, you want me to do the bass part?
Yeah, do it.
Doom 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 doom. That's right here in the house. Suffering. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. The only thing is, I wish there was a video for this one because
me too.
That would have been so awesome, you know, to see. That's part of the appeal of Gwar is actually seeing them when they're doing this stuff.
You just like that big. You just like that big nylon penis that Odor has. Right?
Yeah, that's it. I give it 8.5. I don't have too many other notes on it because it's kind of straightforward at the beginning until that change up, and then that change up happens, and they do that part, which I thought was awesome too, with the where he goes into that spiel there at the end about all the atrocities and everything. So
damn, I think this has been one of our highest rated shows.
I think so.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I was like cherry picking good shit.
Maybe.
No, yeah. All right. So. Maybe my last chicken biscuit cracker. Or last, maybe fucking Chicken Biscuit will hear this and send me a free box. Anyway, our last segment is where we talk about heavy metal concert stories. And I'm going to tell you about a concert that I went to, Rock on the Range. I've been to a couple of them. There's this big rock festival that happens in Columbus, and they're like 3 days long. It's like Friday they have 4 or 5 bands come out, and then Saturday and Sunday they have like 30 bands on each day. They have 3 different stages. They got like all kinds of other shit going on, like titty airbrushing and like I don't know. There's like almost like a circus going on too, because you can go out there and like hit the hammer on the thing that makes a thing go up and ring the bell. and like all kinds of other weird shit. It's good for people watching too, because the fucking freaks are out during Rock on the Range.
I bet.
So, at any rate, I forget what year this was, but I was out there, and I was walking over. I was going to go over and watch Anthrax on the second stage, because I love Anthrax, right? And I go over there, and I'm taking my shirt off as I go over there. I put it in the pocket of my cargo pants, my shirt in the pocket of the cargo pants, and I'm walking over there, and I'm pretty lean, right? Like I don't have that much fat. I actually have very little fat on my body. I'm not like huge, like muscular guy, but I'm kind of like a wiry, I guess, kind of guy. That's how I would explain it. And I walk over there, I'm listening to the band, and for some reason, like I think it was like right after they did Caught in a Mosh, I decided to just turn around, and there was this guy behind me, just kind of like he kept like bumping into me. And I just looked at him and like did like a flex thing, went raw. I work out, just for no reason whatsoever, just in the middle of it, just to freak the guy out, right? And the guy got the biggest grin on his face and laughed his ass off. Which I don't know if that was like because he thought it was so funny or because he was in disbelief that I work out. Because like I said, I don't have like huge like ripped biceps or anything. I'm just like wiry.
Yeah.
So. I thought that was pretty amusing anecdote for you there. So that's my heavy metal concert story. Dreadwind, go ahead.
That's funny.
Yeah.
For mine, you know, I play guitar a little bit, and I've had the worst luck with trying to get bands going. And at one point, I was there was this local band that had a chick for a singer, and her sister was the guitar player, and then they had two guys that were on, one was bass and one was drums.
Okay.
And they were just a little local band. But I was talking to the drummer this one time, and he said, "Hey, do you know any guitar players? We're kind of looking for to add a second guitar player because they only had the one." I said, "Well, I play guitar, you know." So okay, cool. So he gave me the singer's phone number, and so we'll call so and so and talk to her. And like I said, we already have a guitar player. Yeah, I wish. I wouldn't be sitting here if it was yeah. But yeah. So he said, give her a call. You know, we're not looking to replace the guitar player. We just want to add a second player and kind of
wrong with two axes.
Expand the sound a little bit. You know, it's like all right. So I gave her a call, and she said, "Yeah, we're going to be playing at this place on whatever night it was. We'll just say Wednesday. Come check us out, and we can talk about it. You can see us play and everything." All right. So I go show up, and apparently, the sister, the guitar player, was completely pissed that they were looking. She thought that they were looking that they were going to be kicking her out.
Oh, nice.
So she was totally pissed, and like as soon as I got there, I started talking to the singer, and then the guitar player, the sister, just totally copped an attitude with me from the get go, and was like, I can't believe that, blah 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 blah, way too much drama, right? And at one point, I was just finally like, look, I don't care what's going on between you and your sister. That's between y'all. This is what I was told. I was just told that, someone's looking to add a second guitar player. I'm not here to take anybody's job or anything, blah, blah, blah. Get off my case. And he's like, well, they shouldn't have done this behind my back and blah, blah, blah. So long story short, way too much fucking drama for me.
Oh, yeah. Not only that, you're going to make a foundational change to your band. Maybe like talk it over with everybody.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think they had talked it over with her, but she was just convinced that they were going to kick her out. So she was like, because I didn't get that vibe from the rest of the band. I didn't get the vibe that they were doing something behind her back. I got the vibe that she was just pissed that they were making a change, and she was raising hell about it.
That sounds like some paranoid shit that I would do, though.
Yeah. So I don't know, but it was, needless to say, way too much drama, and nothing ever came of that. I watched them play, and then that was it. That was the end of that. So
yeah,
that was as far as that went.
Okay, well, that wraps it up for this episode of Hangar 18, episode number 20 fucking 5. We're only like 641 episodes away from episode 666.
All right.
We're getting there.
Gotta have goals.
Right? Yeah. As I usually do, I'll plug some stuff that I'm doing. If you are in Ravenna, Ohio, and you want to go to Your Toy Connection, they're doing their grand opening tomorrow at 11 o'clock to I think 5 o'clock p.m. and I'll be there as Cobra Trooper again. So if you ever want to go over there and get like a cool picture with me in my Cobra outfit, get a card, get fucking like, I don't know, stand in my aura of awesome for a while, you can do that. And plus they have like fucking great toys there, like vintage shit, Transformers, G.I. Joe, that kind of stuff. And next weekend, not this coming up weekend, but the weekend after that, I will be at Gem City Comic Con. Again, in Cobra Trooper outfit. So if you're there around Dayton, Ohio, check that out. And I don't know, if you're not, fuck you. I got no use for you. No, I'm just joking. All right. So anyway, yeah.
Man, you guys have cons every freaking weekend up there. What is the deal?
No, it's just because like I want to get the most use out of my cosplay as I can, because I like put a lot of time and work and money into it. You know what I mean?
I know, I understand that, but like we don't have anything nearby for like 6 months. I'd have to like drive 3 states over to get to a con every weekend.
Yeah, but we have like paved roads and air conditioning and schools up here too.
Huh.
Oh, you gotta love people from the South. I'm just joking.
Well, speaking of cons, not this weekend, but next weekend, Dallas is hosting, I think it's called Fan Expo.
Uh-huh.
And they're going to have some pretty notable guests there, including Mark Hamill, who will be there from,
from
Star Wars fame. Yeah. I will probably not be able to make it to that one. I would like to, because I actually have an 8x10 of Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher from Return of the Jedi.
Oh, nice.
And I managed to get Carrie Fisher to autograph it a couple of years back at Dragon Con.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
So I have her signature on it. I'd love to get Mark's on it also, but I don't know if I can make it there. But anyway, that's I think next weekend.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Dragon Con, but they put it all the way down in fucking Atlanta.
Yeah, I know. There's no roads, right?
Right. Or school. All right. So, yeah, I guess that means we're out of here. Everybody have a fucking heavy metal weekend.
Yeah, I'll catch y'all next time.
We're out.